Hey, welcome, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to extend an invitation to a really exciting but bittersweet event. On June 18th, I'm going to be conducting in our office in Sacramento, California, the final workshop in our space that we've been in for the last 5.5 years. This one is all about a day of relapse prevention planning. I originally developed this particular workshop for nurses, registered nurses who were on probation or diversion. But then I found out there's a lot of other people that needed it too. So I opened this up for anyone in recovery or any family and friends of people in recovery to have a whole day of experiential and hard work on developing a relapse prevention plan. All morning, we're going to be working on identifying and managing our inner saboteur. That's the part of us that keeps putting us into situations where, even in the middle of it, we're asking ourselves, don't go there, don't do it. But we do it anyway. It's that part of us that blocks us from achieving our most cherished dreams and goals. There's 12 different patterns we're going to look at. They're also called denial patterns. You know, the other mission on that day is to normalize and depathologize denial because it's a normal and natural human defense mechanism. It's the psychological immune system of the mind. Just think for a minute. If you had to constantly be in touch with every painful reality you ever experienced, where would you be? When I ask people that, the most usual response is there's one of two. One is I'll be in a padded room somewhere, or the other is I'll commit suicide. So yes, we need this. Now, unfortunately though, it can lead us into serious problems. And why am I doing this on a day of relapse prevention? Well, I believe we need to start recovery with relapse prevention and start relapse prevention with denial management. It is really crucial. So once we get the inner saboteur tamed down a little bit and people will identify their three primary defense mechanisms and have a plan for at least one of them, then we'll move into developing what I call the insurance policy. This is the relapse intervention plan. I've been using versions of this since 1986 when I first ran across Terry Gorski's work. My first supervisor, Molly Burke, was one of the first group of therapists who got advanced certified in relapse prevention therapy. And she brought Terry's model back to the hospital I was working in. And I've been using different versions of this for a long time to help people develop an insurance policy. It's a very strategic and structured plan that every participant will have the great starting point for. But with this plan, the premiums need to be paid on an ongoing basis. Like any insurance policy, the coverage is only good as the premiums you're willing to pay. Now, next part and the last part of the day is starting to look and identify the warning signs and the high-risk situations that lead people to back into problematic addictive disorder, their Al-Anon relapse, despite their best efforts. And you will have a chance to look through some of the strategic warning signs that Terry Gorski developed, and they're research-based, that are highly predictive of a person being in relapse. This is going to be a fun day. It's going to be a hard work day. It may be some of the hardest work you've ever done for your recovery, but please join me. Join me on June 18th on Saturday. Registration's from 8 to 8:30, and our workshop is from 8:30 to 5 p.m. with an hour for lunch on your own, and there'll be 2 snacks breaks in between, which we will provide the food and beverage for the day, except for lunch on your own. So I want to take this opportunity, don't delay, register now because my space is limited here. I do want it to be a nice, powerful training, but I don't want to have too many people, so we're going to cap it. So please make sure you get your seat reserved, and I really look forward to seeing you. And 2 things. Relapse is a process, not an event, and it's preventable. For people who are in diversion or probation, for any diversion or probationary program, or in treatment, inpatient, residential, outpatient, you will receive a special discount. So go to our registration page, freedomfromsufferingnow.com. On the events page, you'll see live events, and sign up now. If you're already on this page, don't hesitate. Please register now so you make sure that you can join me and help me conduct the very last workshop at 4200 North Freeway, Suite number 3 in Sacramento, California. It will be an awesome day. And as always, onward and upward. I really want to see you, so please join me.